Hello there and welcome along to today's United Kingdom talk. And today I'm in my sister's garden. Oh, and a dog appears right on cue. Here we are. She's got 3 dogs. Those of you that have been watching the show for a while will know that I do come up and visit my sister 3 or 4 times a year now, a couple of days at a time. I think she can only take a couple of days. Come on, up here. Come up here. Come on, up. And she's got 3 lovely dogs, one of which has just jumped up on my lap and is a, what are you? Are you a spaniel? You're a spaniel? Come up here. Let me see if I can lift. Oh, it's not as easy. Dear me. It's not as easy as lifting a cat up. Phew, you're heavy, aren't you? Yes, I've got a dog on my lap now. This is Barney. He's a spaniel, brown and white, all white with some brown patches on him. He's one of the most lovely dogs in the world. He comes down, when I come down the stairs from my night of sleeping, because I sleep in a coffin. I don't know if you knew that, I do actually sleep in a coffin. It's quite a nice one, a first-class coffin, you know, with nice silk inside. It's quite comfortable, little pillow. Cats come in there as well with me sometimes. But when I get down in the morning, or after my afternoon nap, Barney is waiting for me, aren't you? Hello? Where's the other dogs? Where's the others? He is waiting for me as I come down the stairs and he jumps all over us. It's only a young dog, beautiful thing. She's got 3 dogs and I think she's only got 2 cats now, hasn't she? And they all get on like houses on fire. Funny, isn't it? So I've been up here for a few days. I had a marvellous time. It's really windy today. I'm sitting here in like a new shirt because the other thing up here, I'm in Lincolnshire, up here, they seem to have lots of cheap clothes places. And I have been purchasing, oh yes, not only for myself, for my little nephews, my nephew and my nephews and niece and my sister, but I've been spending money. I have. I know. Do I feel ill? Well, yeah, I do. I think I do. I don't like spending money. You know that. But I have bought a few items, including a shirt which I've got on today. Now, where was that from? Do you know, I can't remember now. Can't remember where this is from, but I've got a nice Lee Cooper shirt on. Now, Lee Cooper, of course, were quite a big, expensive clothes place a number of years ago. But now they're at they still do the quality clothes, but a lot cheaper. And I've got a blue and white checked short-sleeved shirt on today, which I thought would look rather nice for those of you watching on YouTube. The only thing is, being it's so windy, I'm getting a bit chilly out here, so I might have to put my multicoloured sweatshirt on later. Let me just show you get another couple of items. I bought some very loud coloured T-shirts. Now, these are one of my favourite brands in the whole wide world, Lonsdale, because they're cheap. I've only bought 2 down. I actually bought 8 of these altogether, and they weren't expensive. £6.95 each. I mean, you can't go wrong. And these are quality. One's yellow and orange. Dog's back again. You're right, Barney. Yellow and orange, right? Yellow and orange there. And I've also, these are polar neck T-shirts. I've got a nice bright green and orange coloured one as well. Because we do like the bright clothes. There's far too much grey and black in this world, isn't there? Come on, let's have some nice bright colours. Reminds me of a programme on the telly years and years ago. It was a children's programme on the BBC called Multicoloured Swap Shop, presented by the great Noel Edmonds. Do you remember that? Do you remember? Oh, my sister's appeared. Hello, sis. Oh, what are you going to throw at me? She's going to throw something at me. She won't come on the camera. Did you want to feed the fish now? Eh? Oh, this is Barney the dogs. Look, look, oh, I've been attacked. Attacked by the dog. Come on, up, get it. Do you want it then? This is one of Barney's toys. Oh, look, give me a kiss. One of the nicest dogs in the world. Now, you got to feed the fish, have you? Well, can I have the fish food and I'll feed them for you? Sorry, it's fish feeding time. I'm sorry to be interrupted like this. My sister will not appear either by sound or vision on this programme. I don't know why. You tell me. I don't know, lovey. I don't know. Right, so I've got to feed the fish now, have I? Okay, thank you. Sorry, we've got to feed the fish halfway through the show. That's it. Don't worry about what we're talking about, show. Just with the fish food. What is this stuff? I don't know. The only thing is I don't know how that comes off the... We've got a camera here and it's on a... I don't think that will come off. I suppose I could lift the whole thing, couldn't I? It's a bit heavy. How do we lift that? Don't know. No, you'll have to feed the fish and then I can feed... And I can do it. Oh, come on, sis. Come and say hello to people. She don't want to know, does she? Eh? Well, we'll feed the fish later then. I wouldn't fancy eating that stuff. Oh dear. Little pellets of things. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, so I bought all those t-shirts. What else have I bought up there? Oh, I bought my nephew this... He's got an Xbox 360 computer game thing. I'm really not one for computer games, but he loves them. And he wanted the gadget that you plug into the Xbox, and then you can talk to other players while they're playing. God knows what they talk about, but yeah. So we took a trip into Boston, which is one of the main towns near where my sister lives. My sister lives in Woodhall Spa, and quite a long journey, really. Well, I say a long journey, about half hour, 40 minutes or so. It's quite pleasant because the last part of the journey is dead straight along this. It's either I think it's probably a canal actually, along this man-made canal, and it's dead straight along by the right next to the canal. Beautiful little journey, and we got there, and I went into this department store called. Oh, blimey, I can't remember now. Orchids or something beginning with O. Can't remember. Aldrid's. That's it, Aldrid's. And I do like department stores. Sometimes the staff come across as a bit stuck up, but you know, you get the service, as I've said so many times before. With certainly the department store we have in Bracknell, we've got Bentall's there, and John Lewis, of course, which is in. I can't remember. I buy the stuff offline. I don't actually go to the shops, and you do get the service in these places. So I went in there and we found what he wanted, a little wireless Xbox 360 headset thing, and it literally just clips over your ear. It's a bit like one of those Bluetooth things. You know the cordless headsets that you have for your car when you're driving, and for a phone call on there, you have it on your ear. You have it on your ear. It's a bit like one of those. Anyway, so we bought that there, and then I went to the clothes shop and bought some other bits and pieces. I bought my other nephew a pair of trainers, size 9, big feet, and we came home, and by then it was quite late in the afternoon, around about, I don't know, about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, here's another dog. Good morning, Duchess. She also has 2 beautiful, and they all want to come on, Shell. Why don't you? And Duke's the boy. Come on, boy. There he is. All the dogs are here now. Yes, don't do that one. Get off the table. What's going on here? I'm looking after the pets today. This is fantastic. Come on, yeah, he loves it. Look, he loves that, don't you? You love it. Big old thing. Look at it. We love the dogs. Where was I? Oh yeah. So I read the, as soon as you get home, little boys do not read the instructions. I never read the instruction when I was a little boy either. And he's ripped this thing out of the blooming packet and started plugging it in. Chris, it doesn't work. I said, well, have you read the instructions? So he's then opened the foreign instructions and is trying to decipher those. I said, well, there must be an English one somewhere. So we found the English instructions and he carried on reading that. Come here, boy. Do you want to come up here? Eh? I won't get you on my lap. You're too heavy, ain't you, mate? Big old black Labrador she's got. Beautiful. And very, very friendly, aren't you? So we tried this device out and it wouldn't charge up. And, it's so disappointing. I'm sure it must have happened to you perhaps as a as a child when you get something, or maybe as a parent, and you get something for a child and it doesn't work. How upsetting is that? Not just for the child, but for you as well. It's horrible, isn't it? Eh? So I had to take it back in the morning, so I went back again in the morning. And don't you hate that? Don't you hate it when you buy something and it doesn't work? Oh, that does get on my nerves. And these devices, they've always got stickers on, checked by. Well, they can't have checked it, can they? Can't have checked it if it doesn't work. Now, the reason we were buying one of these, right, was because he did have one before, but unfortunately he lent it to his sisters, my nieces, okay? He lent it to his sister's boyfriend, because she lives with her boyfriend just down the road, and they have a dog called Monte. Now, Monte is a dog, he is the clumsiest dog you've ever seen. He will come running in a house and knock everything over with his tail, oblivious to what's going on. He chases and, I'm afraid, catches rabbits and eats everything. Monte has single-handedly eaten the kitchen floor, the Freeview remote control, various slippers and socks, and also has had a bit of a chew on my niece's laptop. I'm serious. So the dog is special needs. Now, I think you know where I'm going with this. Jimmy, my little nephew, lent my niece's boyfriend his little earpiece. And guess what happened? Monty ate it. So that's why we went to get a new one. So the next day, I went back down to the shop. Unfortunately, they didn't have another one in. So we ended up, we didn't get do you want to come up here? Another dog disappeared. This is Duchess. She's a girl, ain't ya? Lovely girl. We went down to, I went down on my own to, because he went back to school last week, you see. On the Wednesday he was off, and Thursday he went back to school after his long summer holiday. He does look cute in his little uniform, getting the bus in the morning. And I took the thing back. I didn't have another one, so they gave me a refund straight away. Very good service. No arguing or anything like that. Refund straight away. And I went to... Will you stop the noise? Then it's so noisy here. Then I went to Argos, and I bought another one in there. Unfortunately, they didn't have a wireless one there, so I bought a wired one, and he just plugs it in, and that works fine. And it's already made... As soon as I got home, of course, I got home... No, that's right. I was out. Then I went out with my sister, and we came back, and we went to meet Jimmy at the bus stop. What's all this noise going on here? Dog, stop it now. I'm trying to do a programme here. What's all this noise? Arr, 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 arr. It's all gone mad here. You're all mad. What's wrong with you all? Now the spaniel, because he's the young one, he's running around like he's a horse. Arr, arr. That's made him run off. Oh dear. Unfortunately, the asthma becomes a bit of a problem up here because of all the dogs and cats, but there we are. Now, where was I? Oh yes, so we met Jimmy from the bus stop, and I'd set the thing up in well, it was in his mum's room. I'd set it all up in there, and on the way back in the car, because we picked him up from the bus stop, he says, did you go to Boston? And my sister says, oh, I knew there was something you had to do. I said, oh, God. I said, I completely forgot, Jimmy. I'll do it tomorrow. And then it all went quiet. It all went quiet. Oh, I'm so cruel. And we kept that up until we got to the house. I said, I'll pop in your mum's room and get something for me. And, of course, there it was laid out on the bed. Kind Uncle Chris, yes. So that was another expense. And what else did I buy up here? Oh, for my sister's birthday, her telly's gone wrong. Or she thought the telly had gone wrong in the bedroom. And it's quite an old, great big telly, you know, same as I've got in the living room. I haven't bothered upgrading my stuff. The only flat screen telly I've got was I bought for the show behind me on the wall when I'm in the studio. And so I bought a nice flat screen telly for a bedroom. which looks rather nice. But when we tried to install it, the reason we replaced is because the telly in her bedroom, she thought it had gone wrong, right? It kept coming up with an error message, no aerial connected. So, went out and bought the other telly, set it all up, plugged it all together, turned it on. Guess what? Couldn't find any channels, which immediately said to me, hello, there's something wrong with the aerial here. Now, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4 other tellies in the house because it's quite a big house, and they're all working properly. So I thought it might be the aerial lead. So we picked up the new telly and put it right next to the aerial socket. Right, so instead of having a very, very long piece of wire, there was only a short piece of wire. And that worked perfectly, except she couldn't get channel 5, which is one of the TV channels here in the UK. As soon as we made the aerial, when I put it back in the corner again, it didn't work. So I thought to myself, well, it must be that length of wire. I then, the next day, I then went to the shop and bought 3 lengths of wire, which you had to put together because they didn't have one long one. And I thought, well, it must be that wire. We put that back in the corner, still didn't work. Moved the telly back over into the corner, short piece of wire, worked. So I think something's gone wrong with the aerial system here. Doesn't seem to be much power coming through that. I mean, you don't have, I don't mean like loads of volts, like electrical mains power, but the aerial signal, the power seems to have dropped there somewhat, because it can't get right over to the telly. The only thing is, all the other tellies in the house are working. So, not quite sure what's happened there, but for the temporary time being, she's now put the new telly in the corner, and it does look rather marvellous. And I got a really good price. I didn't do any bartering. I'm not very good, not bartering, what's the word? Oh, what's that word when you try and get something cheaper? Sharon? What's that word when you try and get something cheaper? Eh? Not barter. No, when you say to them, you know, when they say it's £300, can I have it for 200? No. What's that called? Come and say hello, Shell. Is that a little crumpet for me, Shell? Any chance of a cup of tea?
Yeah, I've got to get ready for work.
Thanks, sis. What's that called?
Knock it down, knock down.
Oh, I can't remember.
Bartering.
It's not bartering, is when you say, I'll give you 2 of my bread rolls for 1 of your packets of crisps.
Try and get to knock it down.
It's not bartering. Why can't we think of that word?
Got sunstroke.
I might have sunstroke. That's probably what it is, making me forget. I can't remember, but I didn't have to do any of that. Can we have it cheaper? I bought her a 32-inch JVC widescreen flat screen television for £299, and I thought that was damn good, really good. And the price of those flat screen tellies really has come down now, don't you think? So cheap. So that was my sister's birthday present. So as you can hear, I've spent quite a lot, but not as much as I thought. What else have I done while I'm up here? Well, I have a bit of property up here that I rent out. And the tenant has recently moved out after not paying 2 months' rent, incidentally. God's sake, how are we supposed to survive? People jumping their rent left, right and centre. So I went up there to check it would be ready for the next tenant to move in a couple of weeks' time. And there were a few little bits and pieces to do. It's fairly clean, actually. It is fairly clean. I've got to cut the front and back lawn today in this place. My sister's coming up there as well. She's going to give the house a little bit of a clean from top to bottom. Not that it needs much cleaning. Doesn't need any hoovering. Perhaps just, you know, the windowsills get a bit dusty. I mean, it's certainly no dirtier than my house, put it that way. But the only other thing is the lino in the kitchen appears to be torn. So rather than try and repair that, I shall have that whole lino replaced. Well, I've been in touch with the estate agent and they arrange all that because I've got a full management service that they do with that. So they will replace the whole lino and I'll pay for that. It's easier than, well, it's not just easier, I mean, it's better for whoever moves in there next, because as a landlord, I like people to be happy with if they've moved into one of my places, you know? It must be awful to sign up for a tenancy and and you move in and the place is dirty. Now, I know there are plenty of landlords who seem to not give a stuff about what their tenants think as long as they keep getting the rent. Believe it or not, I'm actually not like that. I can't... The thought of someone moving into one of my places, right, and not being happy fills me with dread. This has happened on one occasion where an estate agent didn't quite carry out what they were supposed to do, and I was not happy at all, and the complaints came. But generally, I mean, well, always, not generally, always, I like a place to be ready for someone to move in, clean. Sometimes I have them, if it needs a bit more done, then I'll have it professionally cleaned, and you just pay, and then that's it, and everyone's happy, you know? Because the last thing you want someone to do is not be happy in one of your places. You don't want them to move out. You see, every time they move out, it costs you more money. So it kind of makes business sense. I never understand landlords who don't repair things for people. We've all heard those stories of people who have been renting a place for a while and the boiler breaks down and the landlord just doesn't seem to want to fix it. Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. So that's, I'm going to finish that off today. We're going up there later today to clean the place. And that'll be about it. So I've had a marvellous time up here. For me, it's now actually quite early on a Friday morning. I've got up specially to fit in this extra recording because I didn't expect to have to do anything to the house. But because of that, I'm kind of just trying to fit in this recording, this show, to get it into the rest of the day. And then when I finish that, I'll have a little sleep in the afternoon. And then from here, I drive all the way to Birmingham, do my karaoke night there, and then drive back to Bracknell later. And arrive there about 4 o'clock in the morning. Busy old time, innit, eh? I did miss you last week, by the way. I did, yes. We were off for a whole week, weren't we? I missed you. You don't know how much I missed you. If you've just switched on, hello to you. My name's Chris Reardon. This is United Kingdom Talk, our 3 times a week talk show. Do join in by email, which is all working now. A couple of weeks ago it wasn't working probably, but it's all sorted now. The email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Got some emails coming up, and also we have, of course, 2 more parts left. Part 8 of our story, written by Robert Louis Pels, The Elves of Iceland. Part 8 of that coming up. All right. Okay, here we go. Some emails coming up. First of all, a brand new listener. Hello to Roberts. And Robert says, hello, Chris. I live in the USA, and I grew up watching Walt Disney movies and English comedies on PBS, which is like a public broadcasting thing in the US, a bit like the BBC. As a result of this, I knew that everything is magical and wondrous in the UK and that all people are wonderful. Well, I don't know about that. He says, yes, I was an Anglophile. Last week, I decided I'd search for some podcasts based out of the UK so I could listen to beautiful people speaking with an enchanted accent. Your podcast was one of the first to turn up. I promptly downloaded almost all of your podcasts from the last few months and put them on my MP3 player so I could listen while at work. Listen while you work. Da, 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 da. Can you whistle? I'm not very good at whistling. Can you do that bit? Shall we try it together? Are you ready? After I sing the bit, you know. 1, 2, 3. Listen while you work. Oh, the dog thought I was whistling for him, didn't you, Barney? Barnaby, the dog's my name. Ah, Barney! Oh, I should have a couple of dogs in my house. Back to the email. Now, I must thank you for curing me. I am no longer an Anglophile. I shall now call the appropriate psychiatric professionals to let them know of this powerful remedy for this condition. He says, all joking aside, thanks for the wonderful work you do. I know that it probably is work at times, but I just know that we do appreciate it. And that's from Robert in TX. Is that Texas? He says, P.S. The 105 Fahrenheit, that's 40 plus degrees temperatures here in TX, I think that's Texas, have decimated my tomatoes I attempt to grow this year. Have a good day. And he ends up with a quote here. Are you sitting on my recording equipment there? Do you mind? The dog's sitting on my blooming sound recording stuff. It finishes off with a quote from George Orwell, 1984. You must try harder. It is not easy to become sane. Well, I think we all know that, dear. Oh, thank you, Robert. I don't know about this, what you say here. Beautiful people speaking with an enchanting... Do you think I've got an enchanting accent? Some enchanting evening. La-da-da-da-da-da. I've got an enchanting accent. And what was the other bit? It says... all things are magical and wondrous in the UK. I don't think so, dear. We've got our problems too. Gordon Brown being one of them, dear. I mean, why can't we have a good-looking Prime Minister? I mean, fancy having a great oaf like that turn up at a meeting. And his tatty old clothes and that hair that so desperately needs colouring and cutting. Isn't he just awful? Can we borrow Barack Obama? I mean, there's a good-looking man. I'd be happy to have him on my front. Sorry, have him fronting the country. I mean, I really would. You must be very happy with your man there, are you? I know you are. Let me know if you're not, or if you are. My email address is Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Ross Patzelt writes in. Ross Patzelt from the Ross Patzelt podcast. Careful with that one. Colourful language is used throughout that programme. He just can't hold back, that boy. He just can't stop himself. I've told him, don't swear, but does he listen to me? No, he doesn't. His podcast you can find. Oh, by the way, Robert, Ross Patzelt, if you ever listen to that one, the accent is very different. That's a Norfolk accent. And it does sound completely different. Like, for example, the word petrol, he will say petrol. He doesn't pronounce the T. I don't know why. I wonder if Ross Patzelt is related to Bernard Matthews, the man who has got the turkey farms. I mean, he looks a bit like him without the large mole on his face, doesn't he, really? Or you could always grow one to look even more like Bernard Matthews. I could see you, Ross. I can see you having your own turkey farm. Along with your lovely girlfriend, DonnaCarter.com. Hello! That's all she ever says, isn't it? Ross Patzelt writes, good day, you fat person. He doesn't actually use the term person. He used one of those words that he likes to use throughout his show, doing his colourful language, which we don't use on this family programme, as I've told you before. He says, now listening to you banging on about me and my geek cast. My God, it's so windy out here, I'm telling you. It really is. Well, I have to say, I've never been so insinuated in all my life. Sewer level, dear. My show is at sewer level and I am unanimous in that. Well, I think we all know that, dear. You don't need to tell us what level your programme is at. It is at sewer level. God knows what's floating around in there with you. Getting off the topic of... I don't think I should. I don't know if I should say that word. I can hear Ross now saying, "Go on, say it, say it." No, I will not say it. I shall change it slightly. I shall edit this email as I go along. Getting to the subject of mothers I'd like to see going home with younger lads, it's like this. If you're in a club, because Ross will know all about this. He's not an old person. I think he's about 27, I think he is, Ross. And we were talking, I mentioned on a show, quite a couple of weeks ago now, that if you are an older woman and you're out in a club or a pub, when I say older, above 40, okay? So, sort of my age and above. And you think you're on the shelf forever, think again. Because I've many, many times seen young lads, half these women's age, going home with them. I've seen it with my own eyes. I'm not making this up. Unfortunately, in the gay world, it doesn't work like that for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, it goes on. Getting to the topic of mums I'd like to see going home with younger lads, it's like this. If you're in a club, the night goes like this if all else fails. 11 p.m. Go for the young, fit girls. No luck? Go to the bar, have 2 more pints. 12 a.m. Try for the large young girls. No luck? Go to the bar, have 2 more pints. 1 a.m. This is not me writing this email, this is Ross. Okay? 1 a.m. Go for the old woman. If she's big, don't worry because you're drunk. Take her home, but leave before it gets light in the morning. Good day. I mean, that's just awful, isn't it, eh? It really is. Oh, sis, what have you got me there? Oh, is there tea as well? Can I pass them over, Shell? Shell, I can't move because of my wire. Please. We can't get her on this show, can we? So there we are. That's Ross's idea of a young man's night out. 11 o'clock, go for the young fit girls. 12 o'clock, go for the large young girls. 1 o'clock, you're not going to pull, so go for the old woman. But leave before it gets light. That's terrible. And he did tell me private. Oh no, I can't say. I can't possibly tell you. I did say on the phone, he did say to me on the phone that he has been in that situation more than one occasion before he met his present girlfriend, DonnaCarter.com. I personally will not be bringing up my past on this particular show because it's too much of it. All right? Oh, Shell, could you pass over my, oh, here she is as my niece. At last, someone that will appear on the show. Don't do that. Oh, Monte! Oh my God, the dog with behavioural problems is here. Monte, come here. This dog is mad. I'm telling you now. Oh no, it's just weed. Oh God, take him away. We're halfway through a show. Come, niece, come and see me. Oh, I've got a present from my niece. Can I? Well, I'll have one. I'll have 1 crumpet and you can have the other 2. Thank you very much. Because I just had breakfast. Oh, are you rationing the butter?
No. Melted through.
Yes, you are.
You are? Oh dear, it's dry as the bottom of a budget's cage, that is.
Well, if you want cholesterol, carry on. I'll bring the tub of butter and you can dip it in.
Put it on there, Shell. There we are. Bit dry, that. I had a couple of those last night, crumpets. My niece apparently has got me a present. Where are you going then? Are you taking out the dogs? Oh, they're taking out the dogs on a dog's outing to Skegness, which is rather nice. Well, I'll await my present. What is it she's bought? Has she got me something? What is it, Tracy? I'm just waiting for my niece to arrive. She bought me a present. Well, come on then, I haven't got all day. Where has she gone? Let's do another email while we're waiting. Doug in Akeley, USA says, I like the look at your new studio. He says, In a previous programme, your belly button was looking at me. Yeah, I know. Wasn't that awful? The bottom part of my shirt had accidentally broken off. Oh, I opened up. Oh, here's my present. What is it, Trace? Oh, look, what is this? Come and sit on Uncle's knee. There we are.
Right, look.
Say hello. Hi. Hello. Get your head down because you're a bit too far up there. What is this? Oh, you're in my microphone here. Where is it? What does it say?
It's Eager Shower Smart.
Shower Smart. What does this do then?
To save you money.
I've been bought a gadget. Do the planes have to go over? This is a disaster today, isn't it?
Right. You attach this
Right.
onto your shower from your tap to your hose.
Yes.
Okay.
And you... Oh, my knee's dying here. My leg. How much weight have you put on? Oh! Oh, dear. Come and say hello, shout. All the family together.
It slows down your water usage.
Well, then I won't get clean quickly.
No, you
What's
will.
the bag for?
This is to measure how much water you
Oh,
take
for God's sake.
and how much
You telling me...
eco-friendly your shower is.
So I've now got to fill up a bag of water
No.
before I get in the shower?
No.
What a load of rubbish that
You
is.
put your shower head
Yes.
in there. Right, turn it on for 5 seconds.
Yes.
And if the water
Can I just say, what this thing consists of? I bet you didn't buy this. This has come free from someone, isn't it? I knew it, Cheryl. It's like a little metal
thing.
screw-on thing. This goes onto your shower head, or onto the
hose bit, the attachment. Right, listen. You put
Onto
your
the what?
shower head in this bag.
The flow of water.
Why would I put my shower head in the
Listen,
bag?
let's talk.
Oh, I'll get off my knee. Oh, it's killing me now. Oh, get off! Oh, dear. This is the madness. I've only got through one email. Let me have a look.
People who enjoy this more.
You can make adjustments with that here. The cameraman's here now. Yeah, twist the thing round, because we can't do everything. You know,
Where do you want to go?
you know, just twist it round and there you are.
Oh.
There you go.
That tells you if you use it.
So,
Put your shower head in for 5
Right,
seconds.
when you get home, put your shower
Yes.
head in here.
why would I want to put it in
Just
there?
listen,
All
man.
right, yes, go on.
If your water
Yeah.
goes above this line after 5 seconds,
Yeah.
you have not got an eco-friendly shower.
Oh, for
so
God's sake.
you get your bolt,
Yes.
attach it where your hose attaches.
Oh, it's
to
got
the tap.
instructions. Let me see.
Instructions in the
Insert shower head into bed. Turn on the shower for full and run for 5 seconds. Well, oh, Christ. Take that dog away. Can we have Monte? Monte! Monte! This is the dog that has behavioural problems. Monte!
Monte!
Monte the dog! Ah! Ah! Row, 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 row. God's sake! Ah! Ah! Oh no! What's going on now? Row, 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 row. Dear me. It has got problems, isn't it, eh? That thing. Turn on the shower for a full 5 seconds. No need to install... Well, okay, I'll try it out. But I never feel very wet anyway. Here, Trace, thank you. Put it over there, darling. Cheryl, could you pass my tea over, please, darling? The one person that... Oh. Back, you mad thing! Monty, come here. Come and say hello, Monty. Oh, thank you. I bought a nice tea here. Lovely new cup that's from the same place I bought those T-shirts this week.
You don't advertise.
Eh? Do anything I want. Hang on, I've lost... Here, it's a ring here. Does that come from that thing?
You're so ungrateful.
Right, there we are. I'll continue. I can't get Sharon to come in it at all, Martin.
The husband on it.
The husband's here now. The husband's here now. My brother-in-law. There we are. That's it. Good. Right, I'll try and carry on now. You're going to see the vet next week, aren't you? He's having a bit of an operation. Yes, having an operation. Right, we'll have a nice time in Skegness. Oh, why not? Are you coming back later? Before I go home? Huh? Come see me before I go home. I have to leave about 7:30. Yeah. Cheerio. Great. Now quickly, take that thing inside before it knocks everything over again. Oh dear. Right, Duck, sorry about that mad moment now, boys and girls. Possibly the most exciting part of the show, I don't know. Doug from Akeley writes, the studio looks great. Didn't like the look of the belly button. No, neither did I. Trouble is, by the time I'd done the show, that was it. You know, the show was done. Ross's podcasts sink to new lows was cracking up over this. This lifted my spirits greatly. Good. Good job with the book talk. Want more? Oh, you enjoying the story, you mean? That Robert wrote? Yeah, we got part 8 of that coming up after this, after your email. We'll do part 8, okay? Doug says, with the older woman, I think it's a case of where lads are desperate to get... Please, I mean, don't go along the same lines as Ross's show. Please. He says, and the older woman just... yes, right, okay. He says, there are some good bargains at Aldi's, but the nearest one here is like 35 miles away. This show needs to go into the United Kingdom Talk Classics vaults. What, the one with the belly button? I think you're right there. Thanks for that, Doug. Nice to hear from you. Aldi's, yeah. We have a new Aldi's in Bracknell, and I just don't like it, I'm afraid. Don't like it in there at all. There are a few cheaper items. As I said before, I find it very impersonal in there, very unfriendly. Now, I went in there Sunday for something. That was it. And the other thing is they haven't got any baskets. They are only trolleys in there. Don't know why that is. And I went in there Sunday and I've got one of those reusable bags. And as I walked around, I said to the woman, I said, is it okay to put my stuff in there? Yeah, if you want. That was it. Yeah, if you want. Couldn't be bothered. And they never seem to have it. I've been in there 3 times now. There's never more than 1 or 2 people on the till, usually 1 and a queue of 5 or 6 people. It's dreadful. I don't like it at all. I just wish, because that shop used to be Waitrose, and it was so friendly in there. This is Waitrose in Bracknell, which is no longer there. It was so friendly in there, and you could go in there every day, buy your bits of shopping. The staff had time to talk to you, and it was brilliant. I really do not like Aldi. I'm so disappointed with that place. I was talking to my friend who works in Sainsbury's, a lady who works... She used to work in the Waitrose until it closed down, then she got a job at Sainsbury's. And she said to me, what do you think of the new Aldi? So I told her. And she said, you know, 99% of the people who come in here, and I say to them, have you tried the new Aldi, say exactly the same. Which is, you know, it's one of those things. But they are not the shop for me, I'm afraid. Oh, the dogs have come running around again. Here we are. All right. Let's do our story now, because we don't want to run out of time here. 1 minute. Let me get my bits of paper ready. Time for part 8. Oh, there's 9 parts altogether. Not 12 or 15. So 1 more part to this story, okay? Right now, here we go then. Part 8 of our continuing saga, The Elves of Iceland. Gorgeous entered a building called the Coffers. The guard recognised the Master of Monies right away and gave him the special sign. Gorgeous had often wondered about the sign, for it seemed to be for him. Alone, he could never recall this sign to be proffered to Brownie. I don't know what proffered means. Yes, what do you want? I'm doing the story now. Go away. Oh, do you know what? Remember that programme? This is like the Brady Bunch. Come on, all stand behind there. All stand there. Go on. All stand there. Dear me, eh? Eh? How can I read this story when I have these constant interruptions? Barney's been up on my lap, don't worry about that. I've done them all. I've done them all. Close the door and go to Skegness and I'll see you in an hour. Eh? What's that then? Now, can I read this story? Thank you. Now, where was I? Gorgeous had often wondered about this sign, for it seemed to be for him alone. He could never recall this sign to be proffered to Brownie. He had asked his friend what the single finger meant. I think he means, with that. But alas, Brownie did not know either. Brownie's suggestion was, "Do you not think it is a sign to tell ye that you are the one, me lad?" Indeed, Gorgeous did give this some thought, and yet... Ah, well, never mind. He headed towards the elevator and pressed the button for the top floor. The doors closed without him, seeing yet another special sign from the guard. Entering this suite of rooms, he was greeted by his personal assistant. If you're going to sit there and watch, shut up. It's only you making a noise, sister. "Good morning, sir. I was not expecting you in today, Gorgeous." Gorgeous said, "It's okay. I have just come from my special bag, and then I shall be away for a while. I trust you to keep an eye on things." After collecting his bag, he left his office for the last time. This was not a job for Herbert, no. He had always thought this job way beneath him. On the way down in the elevator, he thought more of this special sign the guard had been giving him the last few months since he took over from Brownie. Knowing that he must maintain a friendly atmosphere, he resolved himself to sharing the secret with others. For he, Gorgeous, would show himself to be a man of the people. He concluded wrongly that this special sign was a sign of friendship. Alas, it was with 2 black eyes, a busted lip, an ache in the small change, and an ears ringing with naughty words that he bombarded the bus for Bracknell and his rendezvous with Brownie. He would have used his chauffeur, but he was the one that gave him the busted lip. This did not upset him so much as being kicked in the place where Herberts keep their small change by an old woman, who, while he was rolling about on the road, holding his small change, used such rude words that made his ears glow bright red. The bus finally arrived at Bracknell, and there, waiting for him, was the troll Brownie. Exiting the bus, a furtive Gorgeous made his way down the road towards the pub called the Mucky Ducky. Funny name for a pub, if you ask me. Which was known to the local gay community as the Hallow Ducky. I can't believe you've written this, Robert. Brownie did not want to be seen by Gorgeous, for he trusted not the Herberts, and for his part, Gorgeous trusted not Brownie. As Gorgeous made his way down the road, he was followed some distance back by the troll. Brownie had suspected that their secret was shared by another, and he was right. He spied another person on a bicycle with a cat in a basket who was taking a rather lot of interest in the passage of Gorgeous. Now, who was this person? It did not take long for Brownie to find out, because instead of following Gorgeous, he followed the stranger on the bike with the cat in the basket. The stranger turned down a side street and headed towards the house with the shed. You remember the shed? The very same shed which Brownie had stashed his gold. The stranger then checked the brown, blue and black bins for anything of value that he might have thrown down away before he headed indoors. Such a strange fellow, thought Brownie, after having checked once again to make sure the gold was still there. Back at the pub, Gorgeous was getting worried, for he had been there some time now and was getting strange looks from the manager of the pub. Finally, Brownie entered the pub and made his way towards Gorgeous. Brownie said, "We've been rumbled. You were followed by a man. That man lives in the house. You know the house." Gorgeous says, "So I have the bag and you have the gold. We shall soon be on our way to New York to start our new life. Joan Tallison. There we are. Part 8 over. Only one more part. Part 9 of the Elves of Ireland in the next exciting episode here of United Kingdom Talk, all right? Now, how are we doing for time? I can't remember what time I'm supposed to finish now. All the interruptions going along. While I was trying to read that, I have to tell you, while I was trying to read that, my sister, her husband, my niece and her boyfriend and the 3 dogs were making faces at me right behind, just behind the camera there. Dear me. But did I get put off? No, because we're professionals here. Now let me have a bit more tea. I shall carry on. We've got another email here from our cat lover Susan, who writes on the subject of the antibacterial wipes. We're talking about antibacterial wipes and antibacterial washing up liquids and all that you can now buy. Susan writes, I buy the plastic tubs of these at the grocery store. But here is the difference. Bleach. Bleach kills everything, even viruses. I take the lid of the tub and add about 1/4 cup of bleach. This is to the, you know, the plastic tubs of the antibacterial wipes you can now buy. Then I add about 1 cup of water and shake this until the roll of wipes are drenched. Keep this liquid in there. I keep a tub of these in my car and another in my desk at work. So it's very good. She's always cleaning things before she eats off them and what have you. Susan says, I'm really finicky about going to buffet-style restaurants. Look at all the people using the same serving spoons that you've just used. Then you go and pick up a roll to eat it. I will take a few of my homemade wipes in a sandwich bag in my purse or pocket. When I get back to my table to eat, I wipe off my hands with a wipe. This bleach concoction kills everything. Yeah, don't drink it, for God's sake, dear. Will it kill you, won't it? When Clorox wipes over here first came out, they did not contain bleach. What is that? Clorox? Is that a brand name? I'm not aware of that. She says, but they changed to just antibacterial. I assume the reason was complaints. Oh, sorry, I've read that wrong. When Clorox wipes first came out over here, they did contain bleach, but they changed to just antibacterial. I assume the reason is complaints. You get a wipe containing bleach on your clothes and it will take the colour out. Well, yeah, obviously. So do be careful when using my formula. That's the only thing with bleach, isn't it? The amount of times, for example, you know when you do the kitchen floor, and like I've either got, I'll either use a bit of bleach or, you know, nice smelling kitchen floor cleaner. They do like some flowery, smelly ones, which is quite nice. And do you know, it doesn't matter how careful you are when you're using the bleach sort of mixture, you always get a bit splashed on the bottom of your trousers, don't you? Notice that? So do be careful with that. She says, oh, hang on, I've lost that. Where's that email gone? I haven't finished reading it. I've put it underneath. Oh, no, 1 minute. Where is it now? There it is. Oh, no, that's it, that's it. Yeah, be careful when using the bleach, the bleach antibacterial one. I'm being blown all over the place. Never mind, we're nearly finished. Quick email here from Nathan. Hello, Nathan. Nathan is one of my Facebook friends. I do have a Facebook. My Facebook is Chris Reardon UK. The Twitter is the same, Chris Reardon UK. All right. Now we've got Monte the dog. Monte, come here. See if you make an appearance now, eh? Come here. Eh? He's a young, boisterous boy dog, aren't you, eh? Mad as a hatter, this dog. So once again, my Facebook and Twitter, they're the same name, Chris Reardon UK. Nathan writes, I think we've talked about the NHS a few shows ago. I think the NHS is terrible. Very poorly run and organised, but we can't complain because it's free. In how many countries can you get instant and free treatment for accidents and ailments? But Nathan says it is terribly run. I was in a hospital with my friend today who, after his checkup, had to make a follow-up appointment in 6 months' time. He went to the receptionist to make the appointment and she told him he had to ring up the next year as we don't have a diary yet for 2010. He says, what? I have my diary for 2010 and I'm not even a health worker. Well, you know how it is. But as I said, you get it for free, so how can anyone complain? He says also, years ago, in 2002, I worked in a hospital, not as medical staff though. I remember walking near a certain bed and an elderly lady was crying for the nurse and stopped me as I went past, assuming I was hospital staff. I'm afraid we're going to have to leave that email there because I've run out of time. So I'll probably start off with the whole email again, otherwise it won't make sense on the next show, okay? Do join in again. Once again, my email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Well, it's been a bit of a mad show, really. I'll be glad to be back in the studio next week, or on the next show, rather. Thanks for watching and listening to the show. My name's Chris Reardon. See you on the next. Bye-bye now.